Hi folks, how you doing? This is Iqbal with NVIDIA Daily Analysis. So finally, NVIDIA recovered from yesterday and Friday losses. I feel sorry for those guys who sold NVIDIA stock yesterday. Like I said yesterday, this was supposed to be a short-term correction and NVIDIA would bounce back, but it did sooner than I expected. So today, NVIDIA went up 6.76%. At this point, Nvidia is at 127.49 after hours. In last 5 days, Nvidia is still down 3.92%. Last 1 month, 10.70% up. And last 6 months, still 155.86% up. So looking at this chart, it gives me a feeling that more correction due on Nvidia, but it's hard to predict when this is going to happen, right? It's just a matter of time. Maybe next week or the following week, who knows? And tomorrow, as we know that there is Nvidia annual shareholder meeting, so I'm expecting some upside movement on Nvidia tomorrow. And it's highly likely that Mr. Jansen would say something good about Nvidia and the future growth. So that will add some momentum on Nvidia stock. That's my feeling. And regarding my position, as I showed you yesterday, I bought Nvidia stock at 125 and also at 120 yesterday. And also I bought SMCI stock around 875 and 820 yesterday. So yesterday I was in loss, but today it looks to me I am slightly in the positive side. But I'm going to keep my stock for some time. Now let's take a look Nvidia and SMCI forward PE at this point. You see forward PE for these four stocks in this table. That includes Nvidia, Palantir, SMCI, and AMD. As of this point, Nvidia is at 46.70. As we noted yesterday, Nvidia forward P was around 43 yesterday. And I made a comment that if the forward P is around 40, that will make Nvidia a very attractive buy. At this point, Nvidia forward P is slightly higher, but it's okay. As long as it's below 50, there's still some room for Nvidia to go further up. In the last 5 weeks, you can notice that the highest forward P Nvidia touch was 48.84, and that was last week. And SMCI at this point is 27.01. It looks to me slightly cheaper than Palantir, AMD, and Nvidia. So I guess my SMCI buy at 820 yesterday was a very good buy. So in last 5 weeks, the highest forward P SMCI touch was 31.74. So anything around 25, if that happens, will be a very attractive buy for SMCI. And as we noted yesterday, that translates to 770. Not sure SMCI can go down to that level before the earning. Now let's take a look the historical data regarding the stock split. You see on this table, at this point, Nvidia is at 32.80% increase from the split announcement date. Yesterday, we saw the sharp decline. It was 24.39% from the split announcement date. But if we compare with the last split cycle, if we take a look in the second week, Nvidia was up 35.27% from the split announcement date. For the third week, it ended at 31.43%. So at this point, we are in the third week. For the third week after the split became effective in the last cycle, Nvidia was at 31.43%. And this week, I guess, is the third week from the split effective date. So I made a comment yesterday and Friday that the third week we should expect some slowdown, sideways movement, or some drop. So from the second week to the third week, so second week ended on 621, Nvidia was at 33%. At this point, it's 32.8%. So slight decline from the second week to the third week, right? So by the end of the third week, I'm not expecting a very big movement from the second week. From the second week to the third week, you see that 6% increase and similar behavior we expected in the last split cycle. It may be slightly higher than the second week or maybe at the same level or slight decline, right? We'll see what happens till Friday, but that is my assessment. Now, let's take a look technical charts. You see 90-day hourly interval chart for Nvidia on your screen and also the MACD chart. So you can notice from the MACD chart, MACD line touched the rock bottom yesterday. Now it has started to go up, a much steeper slope at this time. So this tells that Nvidia got some momentum this morning and it should carry the same momentum tomorrow as well. Now let's take a look at RSI. So RSI in hourly interval chart is at 65. It's gradually going higher and I see there's more potential for Nvidia to go further up tomorrow based on RSI. Now let's take a look Fibonacci levels. You see Fibonacci levels on your screen starting from the highest point that is 140.56 to the lowest point is selected 75.65. I'm trying to see the medium term outlook. That's why I selected this one as the lowest point. As I mentioned yesterday, that 108.1 looks to me a very strong support, and I was expecting Nvidia should not go to this level anytime soon. So it rebounded from 116 today and it broke 125.24 resistance level sometime in the morning. And the next resistance is at 140.56. We can take a look at shorter term outlook sometime tomorrow when Nvidia goes further up, and that will show us more levels between 140.56 and 125.24. Now let's take a look at news regarding Nvidia. You see the news regarding Nvidia on the left side of your screen. So at this point, I do not see any unusual or anything that we should pay attention. Uh, Most of the news are talking about just a generic comment about the upside today. For example, this one that says Nvidia rebounds over 6% after 550 billion market cap loss. And another one that says Nvidia stock storms back to score a rebound not seen in 3 years. And also, this one says Nvidia stock sell off inspired retail investors to buy the dip. Similar thing I mentioned yesterday that it looked to me a short term correction and Nvidia will bounce back. And those people who bought Nvidia stock yesterday would have made some money. I guess that's all about news regarding Nvidia for today. I do not find any specific news regarding Nvidia. All are pretty generic news today. Let's take a look other AI stock. So Nvidia made the highest positive change today. It's 6.76%. And after that is SMCI, that is 1.95%. And then Palantir, 1.66%. And then Microsoft, and then Apple, and then Amazon, and then AMD. Avago and SoundHound are negative today. So regarding Avago, you see that Avago continues to go down since past few days. So it did not make much sense after the split announcement for Avago to go that high. So it's coming back to the normal level. I'm guessing below 1500 would be a good buy for Avago. Now let's take a look at economic calendar. As I mentioned yesterday, no important data is due this week except PC index data on Friday. So I guess the market may be under pressure on Thursday before the PC index data. And tomorrow I'm gonna share the historical details about the PC index and some comparison. And that's all about NVIDIA analysis and assessment for today and rest of the week. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you more tomorrow. Take care.